I'm going to declare to you tonight, the Black Hebrew Israelites will be the biggest black radical organization on the face of this earth.
You already know what time it is. I.S.U.P.K. 46th annual Passover under commanding General Yahanna.
Because these records make black men mighty again. These records make black men fearless again. These records make black men love, and when I say black, I mean all the tribes. Right. Love one another again. And brother, Christ died that we love one another. Right. We be brothers to the death. Right. This brotherhood is the real power to break the white man. Right. And brother, we shall do it.
You hear me? It's the Passover 2015, New York City, Harlem. They was there to cook out, they saw the loyalty, they seen the brotherhood. Now all blacks, all Hispanics, all Native Indians, come get down and serve the Lord at the 46th annual Passover with the U.P.K. And we remember where the Lord destroyed our enemies. April 2nd, Harlem, we gonna get it in, you understand, for the Most High and Christ. Once again, 2015, April 2nd, Passover, New York City. Get with it and get lost.
I'm Israel. This is Preaching Officer I.S.U.P.K, the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge out of Oklahoma City. And today's topic, we're going to talk about thermonuclear destruction in the Bible. But before we get into this topic, I want to let you guys know you check out Commander GEN.YAHANNA every Monday nights at live 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time on the grill with the last of the angry black men. That's Commanding GEN.YAHANNA every Monday nights on the grill. Okay, you can call in with your questions or with your comments. And every Tuesday through Saturday, I want you to check out our free online classes. Yeah, I said it. Free online classes. Going over different topics every day of the week, starting at 7 o'clock p.m. But on Saturdays, our Sabbath class starts at 12 to 2 Eastern Standard Time. Okay, get up in that. So back to the lesson at hand, we're going to talk about thermonuclear destruction according to the scriptures. And if you got your King James Version Bible, follow me to Zechariah chapter 14. We're going to start at verse 12. Zechariah 14 verse 12 says, "And this shall be the plague wherewith the Lord will smite all the people that have fought against Jerusalem. Their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet, and their eyes shall consume away in their holes, and their tongue shall consume away in their mouth." Okay, for all the people that's fighting against Jerusalem, not the land, but the people, the so-called Negroes, the so-called Hispanics, the so-called Native Americans, okay, Native Indians, okay, we make up the 12 tribes of Israel. So the people that came up against us, this is what's going to happen to them. Their flesh is going to be consumed while they stand on their feet, and their eyes are going to be consumed in the holes, and their tongue is going to be consumed in their mouth for coming up against Israel. Okay, we're going to get some more on this thermonuclear fire destruction. So we're going to go to Deuteronomy. We're going to go to Deuteronomy chapter 4, and we're going to start at verse 24. Deuteronomy chapter 4, verse 24 says, "For the Lord thy God is a consuming fire, even a jealous God." Okay, the Most High is a consuming fire. So that fire, we're going to talk about that thermonuclear destruction to destroy the enemies of Israel. Okay, so we're going to get some more on this. Let's go to Deuteronomy chapter 9. And we're going to start at verse 3 to see who else going to get some of this fire. Deuteronomy chapter 9, verse 3. "Understand therefore this day that the Lord thy God is he which goeth over before thee as a consuming fire. He shall destroy them, and he shall bring them down before thy face. So shalt thou drive them out and destroy them quickly, as the Lord has said unto thee." Okay, so the Lord consuming fire is going to be consumed out on a lot of people that's going against Israel. Okay, we're going to get some more on this. So we're going to go to Revelations chapter 20. We're going to start at verse 10. Revelations chapter 20 verse 10 says, And the devil that deceived them was cast into the lake of fire and brimstone, where the beast and the false prophets are, and shall be tormented day and night forever and ever. Okay, so we know that this devil, the deceiver of the whole earth, is going to be tossed into this lake of fire with the false prophets, and they're going to be tormented day and night with the beast. They're going to be tormented. Okay, we're going to drop down to 11. And I saw a great white throne, and him that sat on it, from whose face the earth and the heavens fled away, and there was found no place for them. Okay, verse 12. And I saw the dead, small and great, stand before God, Yahweh, and the books were open, and another book was open, which is the book of life. And the dead were judged out of these things, those things which were written in the books according to their works. Okay, so according to their works, you're going to be judged. Everybody's going to be judged according to these books and their works. So drop down to 13. And the sea gave up the dead which were in it, and death and hell delivered up the dead which were in them, and they were judged every man according to their works. Okay, so the dead is coming up to get judged, and hell and death is delivered into the lake of fire. Okay, and everybody that was dead and delivered in hell, they was delivered up and judged, every man according to their works. Okay, so the dead got up and got judged. So we're going to drop down to 14. And death and hell were cast into the lake of fire. This is the second death. Okay, the death and hell was cast into the lake of fire. So answer me this, Christian. If hell is that lake of fire, how can hell be cast into itself? Christian church don't understand the scriptures. Okay, let's get that again. Verse 14. And death and hell were cast into the lake of fire. This is the second death. Okay, drop down to 15. And whosoever was not found written in the book of life was cast into the lake of fire. So if you're not written in the book of life, you're going to be cast into that lake of fire. So we're going to go to drop down and go to Revelations 21, and we're going to start at verse 8. Revelations 21, verse 8 says, but the fearful and unbelieving and the abominable and murderers and whoremongers and sorcerers and idolaters and all liars shall have their part in the lake which burneth with fire and brimstone, which is the second death. Okay, you know, the Most High destroyed the earth with water, but this time it's going to be with fire. And everything is just named in verse 8 is going to be in that lake of fire. Let's get it again. But the fearful and unbelieving and the abominable and murderers and whoremongers and sorcerers and idolaters and all liars shall have their part in the lake, which burneth with fire and brimstone, which is that second death. Okay, so if you're a murderer, a liar, a sorcerer, you're going to feel that lake of fire. You're going to feel that thermonuclear destruction. Okay, so we're going to get some more on this, and we're going to drop this and go to Isaiah. Isaiah chapter 34. We're going to start at verse 1. Isaiah chapter 34 verse 1 says, come near, ye nations, to hear, and hearken, ye people. Let the earth hear, and all that is therein, the world, and all things that come forth of it. Okay, everybody on the earth, listen to this. For the indignation of the Lord is upon all nations, and his fury upon all their armies. He had utterly destroyed them. He had delivered them to the slaughter. And that's what's going on now with all your armies tied up in wars. You're being delivered into the slaughter. Okay? Verse 3. Their slain also shall be cast out, and their stink shall come up out of their carcasses, and the mountains shall be melted with their blood. All the governments, everything's going to be dripping in blood. Verse 4. And all the host of heaven shall be dissolved, and the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll, and all their hosts shall fall down as the leaf falleth off from the vine, and as a fallen fig from the fig tree. Everything's going to be destroyed. Everything, just like it said, like a fig falling from a fig tree, going to be shaken and fall down. All is going to fall and be destroyed. Okay, verse 5. For my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea and upon the people of my curse to judgments. Okay, Idumea, so-called Edomites. And the Lord's sword is bathed in heaven. So when he comes, he's going to do a lot of killing. His sword is going to be bloody. Okay, with all these other nations. Okay, so we're going to get some more on this. Let's go to 2 Peter's. 2 Peter's chapter 3, and we're going to go to verse 10. 2 Peter chapter 3, verse 10 says, but the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, in the which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. The earth also and the works that are therein shall be burned up. So this place is going to be burnt with thermonuclear destruction coming from the Most High power. Okay? And with that, I'm going to say shalom, Israel.
You hear me? It's the Passover 2015, New York City, Harlem. They was there to cook out. They saw the loyalty. They seen the brotherhood. Now all blacks, all Hispanics, all Native Indians come get down and serve the Lord at the 46th annual Passover with the UPK. And we remember where the Lord destroyed our enemies. April 2nd, Harlem. We gonna get it in, you understand? For the Most High and Christ. Once again, 2015, April 2nd, Passover, New York City. Get with it and get lost.